I recently got the chance to stay at the Inn at 500, located in the heart of downtown Boise. With complimentary drinks at check-in and spacious luxe penthouses and suites, it's an ideal spot for celebrations and your visitors. It was the perfect place for me and my husband to sneak away for a little staycation. We loved the cozy fireplace in our room and the balcony with gorgeous views of the city skyline, where we shared coffee in the morning. Ready to plan an unforgettable Boise stay? Book now at innat500.com. Today on CityCast Boise, deck the halls with treasures from Boise's local businesses. We're sharing our favorite spots in the Treasure Valley to make holiday shopping merry and meaningful. Whether you're shopping for loved ones or treating yourself, let's sprinkle some community spirit into the season of giving. It's Thursday, November 21st. I'm Lindsay Van Allen, and this is what Boise's talking about. Hello Meridian's Natalie Plummer is joining me today to share her insights into shopping locally for the holidays. Thanks for joining me, Natalie.
Thank you so much for having me on. And Merry Christmas. Can we say that? Is it too early?
No, I think absolutely. Merry everything. Merry Christmas, whatever you're celebrating. I'm glad we're going into a holiday season. I think everybody needs that a little bit.
Yeah. I've been saying all the things, and it's like, I know that we're just coming into Thanksgiving, but I'm already ready for let's Christmas.
So Natalie, why do you personally choose to shop local for holiday gifts, and what keeps you coming back to some of the Treasure Valley's small businesses?
I started shopping locally really to just kind of get to know the area. And I know that a lot of people shop online because they feel like it really alleviates their stress. And I get that. But the thing is, for me, I would just pick a couple Saturdays or a couple days where I was just spending that time really exploring these local businesses. And I came away feeling so much better. And it didn't feel as stressful to me. It felt like it was just very intentional. And it just really connected me to all these parts of my community. And I don't know, after that, you just kind of can't go back.
And I really like the aspect of you get to talk to the business owner. They are excited to show you what they have for the holidays. It's a much different experience than going to a big box store. It's very personalized. You're getting to know, like you said, your neighbors. And I really think that if any time of year we should be doing that, definitely should be the holidays.
Yeah. It's kind of like a double gift. Like you're giving a gift to, your mom or your husband or whatever, but you're also giving this gift to somebody who's made this business their dream. And that makes me feel good. And, usually by the end of the year, I'm really wanting something to make me feel good.
Yeah. You're buying gifts for the people you love, but you're not buying gifts and funding a billionaire's fourth yacht. You're helping a family pay their mortgage.
Yeah, exactly.
So what are some of your favorite local shops for finding holiday gifts this year?
So I have a few that I always go to, always. And usually I will spend one Saturday in downtown Boise. And I really recommend this for people who are kind of like, how do I just go about this when I don't really know? I recommend going into Flying M and getting a coffee and starting there for some of your irreverent stocking stuffers. I always go to Flying M, usually for my husband's stocking stuffers, because I'm going to find something interesting, like a cool book or something. And then I'll make my way to Mixed Grains. They have so many items for basically anyone on my list. They have a big selection for men. They kind of group it in hobbies a little bit, which is really nice. Like the outdoorsman, somebody who's maybe into mixing drinks. They have beautiful stationery. They have great jewelry. I think Mixed Grains is probably my overall, if I need a gift, I'm going to find it there. Then I will pop over to Repop, that has, all of these, cult classics, but how would you say that? What kind of,
yeah, the pop classics. I don't know. The people who are really into The Office and
and
the
Stranger
80s
Things,
movies. Yeah.
So I always get my children's gifts there, kind of based on what they're really into, what show they're really into. My son's into Dungeons and Dragons, and I don't know anything about Dungeons and Dragons. So there's a couple places I can go for there, but I always know that I can go to Repop for there, and then I'll make my way down to Rediscovered Bookshop, and I'll get a book for everyone in my family. And I like going to Rediscovered, and also I'll add in, if I'm in Garden City, I'll go to the Lit Room, because I can very specifically talk to their staff and say, hey, this is what my child's into. This is kind of what they like to read. And like, they just kill it every time.
Absolutely. And I love how you mentioned, yeah, like going to rediscovered books, they're going to say like, here's what we're seeing, middle
Hmm.
schoolers are enjoying. And,
Yeah.
and, and they also wrap your presents for you. So,
At Repop?
or
I mean, at Rediscover?
rediscovered books.
Oh, I didn't realize that. So Mixed Greens does that as well. That is such a huge perk, especially for
Oh,
like the
yeah.
moms who often are doing all the wrapping.
So, what are some of the most unique or personalized gifts that you found at local shops that people in the Treasure Valley aren't going to find in the big box stores?
I think there's a lot of like character and charm, especially like with Idaho, that you're going to find at some of these shops that you just aren't going to see at other places, like Banana Ink, or maybe at Idaho Made. One of the things about Idahoans is that we're very Idahoan. Like we like our state. And so like I think people, when they see something that comes from Idaho that has that kind of Idaho charm, that you're going to find at some of these shops that you just aren't going to see at other places, like Banana Ink, or maybe at Idaho Made. I mean, I remember the first time somebody gave me like an Idaho soap, the potato soap that looks like a
Hmm.
potato. And it's like so random, but like even just knowing when I receive a gift that it is kind of, it comes from Idaho, it kind of feels better.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. Do you have any like that?
I do. Well, for the Idaho thing, because yes, I think we all share that. But Mixed Greens has these Idaho themed dish towels. And those are always something I get my neighbors, a loaf of bread, Idaho dish towel. And they're always
Hmm.
like, oh my gosh, these are so cute. Especially the map ones, where then,
Oh, yeah.
they'll talk about their kids like, oh, we went here this summer. So I always think that's so fun. But another place I always really like to go is 44 East,
Hmm.
because they're the only place in the Treasure Valley I found that has the Ritual zero proof liquor alternatives. And
Oh, okay.
I'm not a big drinker, but I enjoy being social and having a drink in my hand.
Hmm.
And so that's something that I found and I have some other friends who, are sober, they don't drink alcohol. And so that's been a really easy gift where they have like gin or whiskey or rum alternatives. It tastes like that. You can make a mixed drink just like anything else. So there's several people on my list. I'm like, that is perfect. And I always pick up a few for me for the holidays. So everyone else, we can make some mixed drinks and you can have an alcohol or non-alcohol version depending on how you're feeling that day. But they also have, okay, I used to poo-poo Christmas cards. I used to be like,
Oh,
whatever,
yeah.
what a waste of money. But I guess as I've gotten older, it's, I want to let people know I'm thinking about them, but I don't always know what to get or,
Hmm.
exactly what they would want. And they have these personalized Christmas cards made by Love Joe, and she's in the Treasure Valley.
Oh, I love her.
They are so cute. And
Yeah.
I feel like they are, if you don't know what to get somebody, but you want to, hey, I'm thinking about you, I sorry we're far apart or I haven't seen you this year. I absolutely love Christmas cards and I love getting ones that are personalized and just they're just so fun and so they really encapsulate the Christmas spirit. So I love going to 44 East, getting a couple things. I think they just do a great job. Are you ready to get into the holiday spirit? MartiniInTheMorning.com is a Boise-based internet radio station that's bringing you the timeless sounds of the great American songbook like Frank Sinatra and Louis Armstrong. For my family's favorite holiday traditions like driving around Boise, looking at the lights and sipping cocoa, I want a station that plays the same festive songs I remember from my own childhood. My new go-to station is Martini in the Morning. MartiniInTheMorning.com is owned by a family with deep Idaho roots and has been filling your days with the coolest, swinginest, and most romantic music. And this holiday season, they're turning up the cheer with their annual holiday music poll. You can customize your holiday soundtrack by voting for your favorite Christmas classics. Then tune in over Thanksgiving weekend as they count down the top 100 songs chosen by listeners like you. It's the perfect festive soundtrack you've been craving. Click the link in our description, enter the username and password provided to start streaming ad-free today.
Botox Cosmetic, out of botulinum toxin A, FDA approved for over 20 years. So, talk to your specialist to see if Botox Cosmetic is right for you.
For full prescribing information, including boxed warning, visit BotoxCosmetic.com or call 877-351-0300.
Remember to ask for Botox Cosmetic by name. To see for yourself and learn more, visit BotoxCosmetic.com. That's BotoxCosmetic.com.
So, are there any trends or new gift ideas that you've seen popping up in the Treasure Valley businesses this holiday season?
I feel like wellness and wellness gifts have really shot up because it's almost like an invitation to, yes, take care of yourself, to pamper yourself, and anything that really has to do with like outdoors or kind of getting away, like unplugging. So like I got my daughter who's 18, I went to this cute shop and got it was the Camille Beckman boutique, I think, and got her a silk eye mask. So it was like kind of luxury, but also kind of focused on her wellness. I
Yeah.
feel like people are really trying to take care of themselves. And so when you're getting a gift for somebody that, helps promote that, I feel like I'm seeing a lot of that. And I'm also seeing an uptick in crafting,
Oh,
like grandma core. So I think people are really getting back into these like basic ideas of like pickling and gardening. One place that I love that has kind of changed their whole view is the cottage on 2nd Avenue in Eagle. They have the most incredible selection of like the coolest embroidery sets and like cool crafting things, something that like a millennial would actually want to have in their home. And they have like spaces where you can actually come together and like all embroider together. And like
oh,
I went there
wow.
and I saw like this mom and her 2 daughters and they were just sitting on their own projects. But I feel like kind of offering people, like when you give them a gift that's an opportunity to unplug from, technology, I feel like that's definitely on the rise.
So when you're shopping local, when you're looking for these gifts, who are you shopping for? I know that's been sometimes a question in my head. Who's going to appreciate maybe a more personalized gift or a gift that had a little more thought or that it is very unique? Maybe you have
Mm-hmm.
the only one of these mugs or something. Who when you're looking at this local shopping, who are you shopping for?
Yeah. So it's funny because I always think of shopping as like the men in your life and the women in your life, because I think shopping for men is a completely different experience. And I think that women appreciate gifts differently.
I
Like when I'm
agree.
shopping for a man, when I'm shopping for my husband, I'm honestly not getting him a lot of like handcrafted stuff. Like for him, like I go to Keystone Station in Boise because they have great clothes for men, and he likes it when I pick out something specific for him, and he kind of knows that's going to have like a different feel. Like, not everyone's going to be wearing that. Or my husband doesn't smoke cigars, but like you could go to the Vault, like an Eagle, and pick out something very specific. So for the men, I don't have as many thoughts on that, but like for the women in your life, I think when you're trying to really show somebody what they mean to you as a friendship or a relationship, like especially like your sister or your mom, I feel like that gift goes so much further where it's like you have a story behind it. When I'm shopping for somebody who kind of like has it all and like they're very all together, I probably go to like Maison Bleu in Eagle, which is like they bring in imports from France and from Europe. And they have just this like very elevated, beautiful look. You're not going to find that stuff anywhere else. And I'll usually go someplace like the Sundry in Eagle or the Nest in Eagle.
Mhm.
They have such a the Nest is 2 locations, has a huge selection. That's often where I'll find like some really beautiful Christmas decoration that I won't have seen anywhere else. It kind of is special, a little bit more meaningful. But usually it's the women in my life who I'm shopping at these spots. Unless I'm going like the younger the kid, it's like
It's
it's harder,
tricky. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's definitely I found more personalization as they grow, or they appreciate that more. It's not just,
yeah.
this toy or this character from the show they like. It's, as they age, they do appreciate that personalized
Though
thought.
there are some more toy stores. I haven't been yet, but have you been to Toy Pop yet?
I haven't.
So it's Repop's new toy shop, and I heard it's awesome.
Is it in Boise?
Oh yeah, it's on 8th and Main.
Okay.
So I want to check that out because I feel like there are some toy shops in the area. Usually I would just go to the Discovery Center because they have such good STEM gifts. That was like one of my go-tos, but I'm excited that there's a new toy shop.
I love those. And I love that you brought up toys because I also like to get games sometimes. I think that can be really fun for like families. I think that can be a great gift, or for my family. And I think All About Games and Fantastic Games are really great spots to just go. And they have unique games, not just what you're going to find at a big box store. They have very curated selections, lots and lots of different types of games.
Also, I just want to throw in, like, for somebody who you really are just like, I have no idea. I would definitely recommend going into Wood and Root in Meridian, which it's a plant bar. So it's 21 and older, but you can create a terrarium for somebody. I think that is just a really cool gift, and the whole experience there is really great.
And I think that's perfect because they're right next door or right adjacent to Truffles. And so you can also, I love to get some special chocolates for people. I know, sometimes that's a fun gift if I have a friend who I know really enjoys chocolates. They have really unique flavors. And it is my favorite ice cream place in the Treasure Valley. So,
oh, wow. Your favorite place?
It is my
in the
favorite.
Treasure Valley. Wow.
It is. I know I think it's maybe my most controversial opinion, but I love it.
I have a feeling that's not the case, but truffles and etc., right?
Yes. Yep. So then I can go, I can reward myself a little bit because I got so many people, so many gifts. So a scoop of ice cream for me.
Yes. I'll have to go. I haven't had their ice cream. I always get their truffles for my mom because I love them, and I love the chocolate bar, and I get city peanuts for my dad.
You are very in the know about all the local businesses. Are there any hidden gems or lesser known businesses that people might not know about or might not think about, but should definitely check out this holiday season?
First of all, this is very random because you don't usually think of going to the mall for local, but Milk Jelly. Have you heard of Milk Jelly?
No.
So this is a shop in Boise Town Square, and it is like it's kind of like Asian themed, like K-pop themed skincare. Like it's my 11-year-old goes crazy for it. And it's like everything that you're going to see really cool on TikTok. Well, it's actually owned by Camille Beckman. That's actually what their line. And it is a fully local shop. It is so fun. I'm actually giving my two daughters gift cards there. I'm buying a couple things and then giving them gift cards because they just love that place so much. And you would just have no idea. Like there's a sign on the door that's like, we're local, don't shoplift from us, because it's like, people have no idea because their branding is really, really good.
No, and I wouldn't have thought to go to the mall for sure. So I'm really glad to know they're there.
Yeah. So I love that spot. Such a guaranteed good gift for a woman who like is into fashion or style at all is to go to 851 Jewelry. Have you shopped there at all?
I haven't shopped there. I want to. I'm glad for the reminder because I'll see it pop up on Instagram and I'm like, I should go there, but I haven't been yet. So I'm interested to hear what you say.
Basically, it's all tarnish-free jewelry at like really good prices. Like it's around $100 for a necklace, around $70 for earrings. Like every single day you can sleep in it, you can shower in it. It's almost all gold, very classic. And like, who doesn't want just a beautiful gold necklace or a beautiful pair of gold hoops? So I highly recommend that place just because it's so fun and it's just like, it's super easy. Okay, really random. There is a place in Caldwell called Spectacles. So it's an eyeglass place.
Oh, that is unique.
Yeah, but they bring in very unique, interesting gifts that you just would never know that when you're going in to get like your frames, that they also have really cool gifts. And when you're in Caldwell, it's not always the place you're thinking you're going to do a lot of shopping, but actually Caldwell doesn't have bad shopping. Like, but I definitely recommend that spot. I don't know why more people don't know about Oaks Brothers in Caldwell.
I guess I don't know about it either.
So it's really fun. So Oaks Brothers is like this large building where you walk in, and it's kind of like an old school mall, and it's right off of Indian Creek Plaza.
Okay, yeah.
And so like there's always changing boutiques like inside. Like I think my favorite one in there is Thunder Spirit Trading Post, and they have a little bit more like Native American type things. But that's a really fun place if you're just going to go to Caldwell for the day. You're gonna like there's different shopping. Like Mesquite Creek Outfitters is another one that's like right in that area. They are a bar that also has great like more Western type clothes. You just wouldn't think about it. I feel like in Caldwell they like mix a lot of things.
Yeah.
Like you're not expecting it. If you're in Caldwell, why not go check it out?
So for everyone who maybe wants to do a one-stop shop, they're heading to a holiday event or a market or a pop-up, what are your favorites that people should check out this year?
There are two that are happening right after Thanksgiving that I think are going to be great. So this is Boise, which is a great local page, is putting something together. I think he did last year too, the Winter Wander Market. And that looks like it's going to be a really good time. It's going to be at the Riverside Hotel on November 30th.
Okay.
So that one I definitely would try to go to. And then the second one, which is less known, is Christmas at the Barn at the Merc. And this is a ticketed event. It's $25 to shop there. It's on November 29th. Have you ever been to the Merc?
I have, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is in their big barn. It's beautiful and it's a very fun event. So I would say those are probably my two big ones. I have a list on my website. It's just hellomerdane.com. If you click on the calendar, I've listed probably at least a dozen smaller ones. But I also know that Capital City Public Market is going through December, and they have great options. Like if that's something that you're just like, what are we doing on Saturday? I love Capital City Public Market.
Wandering through that is so much fun, and a fun just kind of getting in the holiday spirit a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a good fun place to wander through.
Yep.
Okay, so Natalie, what advice would you give to someone who is looking to incorporate more local shopping into their holiday prep this year, but they aren't really sure where to start?
I will say there is different shopping feels wherever you go. If you go down to Caldwell, it's going to be a little bit more Western feel. It's going to be a little bit more crafty feel. I think in Boise is going to be obviously a little bit more urbanized. I think that Eagle is such a fantastic place to start for shopping local because it's this small town feel. Go and find a parking in downtown Eagle. It's been a nightmare for months and months and months, and they're finally opening up. They need our support so much because there's so many incredible places, and people have not had access to it. Spend some time in Eagle. Head down to Sweet Tea Living is wonderful. Megan, who owns it, is just like the most amazing person. The Sundry Roost is gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Like they have such good Christmas decor and like ornaments. I love that spot. Honestly, if you just spent 4 hours in downtown Eagle, you would have so much local shopping, pretty much all within walking distance. The Sundry and the Roost you'd need to drive to. And they also have, again, clothing, which is a consignment shop that's really well done. And then head over to One Hot Cookie to get your cookies there. Like they're not taking custom orders right now, but they have beautiful Christmas cookies. They've been there forever. So I think if you're getting nervous about it, just think about like when you go and travel and you go to New Orleans, you have no problem shopping local in New Orleans because you know exactly what to do. You're going to go to a center of a town and you're going to walk around. But we just forget we can do that in our own town. And it's so freaking fun. And I hate that when I'm shopping, I'm mostly running into tourists because it's like, why do they know to like come to downtown Eagle and do all this shopping when we're like running over to Target? Like So I would say that's a good intro.
I love it. Natalie, thank you so much. You really are tapped into the local businesses. You gave me some shop ideas that I haven't been to that I'm very excited to check out this season. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me.
Thank you so much and happy holidays.
That's all for today here on CityCast Boise. If you enjoyed the show, we would love it if you would leave us a review. It helps other people find us. We'll be back tomorrow morning with our Friday News Roundup. Catch you then.